हाय नेक्स्ट 2022 के पेपर हम लोग सॉल्व करेंगे केमिस्ट्री के एज ऑलवेज राइट। ये वाला पेपर वो सिग्निफिकेंटली इजियर देन नेक्स्ट 2023 बट फिर भी ट्रिकी था। मे बी मैथमेटिकली इतना चैलेंजिंग नहीं था कि कुछ बहुत क्रेजी कैलकुलेशन करने हैं, बट सोचना पड़ेगा। रिमेंबर, नेक्स्ट 2024 में सिर्फ एक ही सेक्शन है 30 सवाल के। यू डोंट हैव अ सेक्शन बी एंड सेक्शन ए, मतलब मल्टीपल कलेक्ट सेलेक्ट आंसर, वो सब नहीं है। This was something Stingda helped us out with last time, right? So that's the big difference between the PYQs and what you're going to face on 30th June जो exam है. All right, so let's get started. 2022 के papers में I'm going to write this down once again over here. Can you hear me and see me? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. This year, that is 2024, you're going to have 30 questions and just single correct, single correct. And of course, it has negative marking. देख लेना कितनी. I think it's +3 -1 or +4 -1. Check कर लेना, ठीक है. This paper 2022 has a section A and section B. This is +2.5 -1, very heavy. +40. This is MSQ, more than one correct. ठीक है? That's the big difference between the PYQs and what you're going to face on June 30th. All right, let's get started. पहला सवाल. Let me check the comments now. All good? What's up, Samyak? Optimus, pranam. All right. I don't think so, Samyak. Reduced syllabus JEE main wala hi hai. Oh, is it? When did that happen? Samyak, was there another update or something in this? Let me check the next thing. Let's do this question. To 5 ml 0.1 normal HCl, 10 ml of H1.1 molar H2SO4 and 5 ml of 0.1 normal NaOH were added. What is the pH of resulting solution? मैं कैसे करूंगा इसको? It's very simple. I would always use equivalents. You know me, right? बट आप कैसा करना चाहते हो? यू कैन डू इट हाउ यू लाइक. मेरे लिए इक्वली ज्यादा आसान है. यू कैन टेल मी व्हाट यू लाइक. इंटरेस्टिंगली इट्स आस्किंग फॉर पीएच. ठीक है, कर लेंगे, कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. वील फिगर इट आउट. कैन यू ट्राई दिस क्वेश्चन आउट? हाय उज्जवल, हाउ यू डूइंग? Let me check this reduced syllabus wala scene. I don't think that's the case, but we'll do it. We can check it out quickly. And to be honest, I don't remember because I've been solving so many different papers. I've been doing BitSat, NEST, IIT, so it's a little muddled up. BitSat is definitely JEE Advanced similar ही लगा मुझे in terms of syllabus. Obviously, level थोड़ा सा अलग है. Next syllabus chemistry. Hi Divya, hi Abdul ji. Eid Mubarak bro. Solve करो सवाल. What's happening now? Hold on, syllabus देखते हैं, syllabus देखते हैं. Chemistry. बताओ भाई कैसे करोगे? You need a minute to do this. It's very straightforward. If you want to know the steps, I can lead that steps with you until you try it out. How I would do it is, I would say that the milli equivalents, kind of same होंगे when there's reaction happening. This is only for a reaction, okay? And mixing के लिए I'll add them all together, which means I have to find acid and base के milli equivalents separately, ठीक है? And then subtract them, acid minus base, and I'll take a modulus because you know how it is, right? अगर acid ज्यादा होगा तो acidic होगा, base ज्यादा होगा तो basic होगा. Then total equivalents by total volume will give me the equivalents of H plus. That's it. It's as simple as that. What's happening? pH is 3. Okay. नेस्ट ने मेल किया. अच्छा सम्यक, ये तो बहुत बढ़िया चीज है. सम्यक, if it's okay, can you on Telegram send me that PDF? That will be really great, and I'll make a short about it immediately or whatever. I'll tell the students at least, because बहुत भारी चांस है कि लोग ईमेल खोलते नहीं हैं. सम्यक, you're a great student, you opened your email. A lot of people don't open their email, so please send that to me. That will be very nice. वाह प्रफुल्ल, सही है, सही है, ठीक है. नेक्स्ट फुल फॉर्म, नेस्ट फुल फॉर्म, ठीक है. नेस्ट फुल फॉर्म भी देख लेते हैं. हियर यू गो, देख लो भाई नेस्ट का फुल फॉर्म. सवाल कर लोगे, नेस्ट का फुल फॉर्म बताते रहेंगे हम लोग. अगर नेस्ट का फुल फॉर्म मालूम नहीं है तो डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. अभी तुम बैठ के सवाल सॉल्व करो. दीज आर गुड क्वेश्चंस. लेटर ऑन तुम देख लेना नेस्ट का फुल फॉर्म क्या है, ठीक है. इट्स नॉट द टॉप प्रायोरिटी राइट नाउ. हियर यू गो, दिस इज द नेस्ट एग्जाम का वेबसाइट. नेशनल एंट्रेंस स्क्रीनिंग टेस्ट. देयर यू गो, दैट्स द फुल फॉर्म फॉर आवर फ्रेंड्स हु आर आस्किंग. या you guys are amazing. Yeah. Look at Optimus. Knows the full form of Nest. Or did you just look it up? भाई सवाल सॉल्व कर लो. pH 3 से उज्जवल. और कोई क्या कर रहा है? सब लोग सो रहे हो क्या? 3 तो नहीं होगा pH. सोचो. It can't be 3. 3 is too low, boss. उज्जवल, I feel 3 is too low. Well, let's see. I don't know. I don't want to be a naysayer. देखते हैं क्या होगा. Okay, how do I do this? Milli equivalents of HCl and that of H2SO4. Okay, what am I doing? This is the volume. This is the normality. I am multiplying both of these. And why into 1 into 2? Why have I done that? That's weird. Well, because here's the thing, right? Although I said I'll do milli equivalents, I'm converting it back to moles because यहाँ पे molarity दी गई यार. This is the annoying part. See, Here I have molarity of H2SO4. So to even if I'm going to calculate, I'm not doing milliequivalents. In fact, I'm doing millimoles now. मैंने बोला था मैं milliequivalent करूंगा, but looks like मैंने millimole ही किया है because यहाँ पे molarity दी है. So I can either convert this to equivalence, which is normality, or I have to do this. Just to be careful, I will do millimoles because anyway NaOH or HCl का same ही है, right? Molarity is equal to normality. This is basically the N factor of this chap right here. This is the most important step. After this is like rocket. It's not rocket science. Very easy. So this 0.5 millimole, right? And then this is 2 into 10. This is 2 millimole. Okay, cool. NaOH का कितना हो गया? Well, milli equivalent और millimole same ही है इसका. 0.5 milli equivalent. Okay, cool. And yeah, let me say the goal is I'm talking about H plus right now, so I don't really care. It's milliequivalent is going to be equal to millimole, so it doesn't really matter right now. ठीक है, तो मैं दोनों लिख सकता हूँ. If this is too fast for you, you need to revise redox. Okay. अब इन दोनों को subtract करने के बाद मुझे मिलता है 2 milli equivalent of what? H plus. ठीक है. और वॉल्यूम टोटली कितना हो गया? वॉल्यूम हो गया 5 plus 10 plus 5 मतलब 20 ml हो गया. So there you go. There you go. It's 2 milli equivalent by 20 ml. So it's 2 by 20, which is just 1 by 10. That's the molarity. It's 1 by 10. 1 by 10 हो गया मतलब pH हो गया 1. Cool. That's it. That's it. Yeah, Hussein, bro, you're going away. क्या यार? अच्छा, ठीक है भाई, हुसैन, अगर तुम ट्रोल नहीं कर रहे हो, previous year question is full form PYQ. अगर ट्रोल कर रहे हो तो भाग जाओ यहाँ से. Answer is 1. Yes. Answer is 1. All right. Great. So, yes, Samir, बिल्कुल सही. Good job. It's okay. Spammer भी बोर हो जाएगा, है ना? They will find other things to do. जब वो बेचारा देखे हम लोग इतना भारी कंटेंट कर रहे हैं, भाग जाएगा. यहाँ पे से सीरियस लोग ही बच पाएंगे. ठीक है. All right, this is good. Yeah. 1 is the answer, not 3. शुरू में 3 कौन बोल रहा है? Samyak is saying 1. That's great. Good evening, Shlok. How are you doing? Ujjwal, are you good? Answer 3, not 1. I mean, it's not 3. It's 1, obviously, right? Also, option में 3 था भी ना, तो I'm not sure how we got 3. But please be careful in your things. I think what you did was maybe converting millimole and ml, milli gets cancelled. Maybe you messed up somewhere there. Maybe that's why you put 10 power minus 3. Yeah. Really? अच्छा, Optimus, is that still complicated? You're saying log लेना मुश्किल होती है? थोड़ा practice जरूरत होगी. You forgot 10 ml? Oh, well, all right. Tough luck, man. Tough luck. All right, next question. This one's easy. The polysaccharide that's used storage molecule of animals. I feel like this is a bio question, but I think this is an NCRT. NCRT. है इधर? खोलते हैं NCRT को. बायो में है यार ये तो, मतलब मुझे Biomolecules में है. Yes. Hold on. You know how we do this, right? Dekho, if you guys are not sure about this, the reason why I tell everybody to read the NCRT is, boss, you either know it or you don't. There's no way you're going to guess this. Okay? Glycogen is the answer. If you're a great bio student, maybe you know this, but this is a biomolecule of NCRT. So yeah, glycogen is the answer. There's nothing for me to explain here. Maybe there is, but we'll do that in regular classes, not here right now. Okay? This is just theory question. Multi-branch polymer of glucose. It's a polysaccharide. Yeah. And this is the primary way glucose is stored in the body. Okay, glycogen is the answer. Let's go on to the next one. The correct statement about Frenkel defect. Wow, Frenkel defect. अरे वाह, सम्यक को मालूम है भाई, उज्जवल को भी मालूम है. सही है भाई, तुम लोग बहुत heavy लोग हो. Oh wow, Shlok. Look at Shlok. He's like stars के नीचे. Okay, that's great. Frenkel defect बारे में बताओगे? यार सम्यक, एक काम करो ना, send me that mail that gave you the reduced syllabus वाली चीज. I'll share that with you guys also maybe after this. Have you sent it to me already? आपने भेजा है? बढ़िया सम्यक. You're awesome bro. सही आदमी हो तुम. So maybe यार तूने मुझे लिंक दिया है. अच्छा ठीक है. Look, I will go ahead and remove your personal details and then I'll put it here. This is very interesting. एग्जाम के 20 दिन पहले नेस्ट बोलता है कि भाई just on a side note रैशनलाइज सिलेबस ही देख लेना, बाकी पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है. बाकी एक साल से कर रहे थे, कहां सो रहे थे आप नेस्ट वाले दोस्तों? यू मेक सच गुड एग्जाम्स, बट इट्स नॉट फेयर फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स कि भाई 13 दिन पहले यार I don't know, man. I don't know what is the state of God, dude. दिस इज रिडिकुलस। खैर थैंक यू समीर, आप अमेजिंग हो। नेक्स्ट जो भी हो ठीक है, ठीक है। आई हैव रिमूव आइडेंटिफाइंग इन्फॉर्मेशन समीर की, भाई साहब का ईमेल आईडी सब कुछ दिख रहा था, वो सब मैंने हटा दिया है। विल टॉक अबाउट दैट इन द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। बी, ओके, मीनल says B, Simarjot also says B. Yes, optimism solid state. Meenal is on B. Okay, okay, okay. 27 में, अरे ठीक है 27 मई को आया था, बट फिर भी इट्स नॉट अ लॉट, नो, एक महीना पहले आया था। व्हाट इज दैट? एक महीने पहले एग्जाम बता तो भाई सिलेबस बदल गया है। Where have you seen that before? NTA did that to you guys. I'm laughing. It's not a laughing matter at all. NTA did that to you guys. दिसंबर में बताया कि भाई सिलेबस बदल गया है, यही चल रहा है। खैर, ओके, थैंक यू। I think Meenal is absolutely right on this one. It's all right. Simarjot is right as well. Huzaifa, don't worry about it. Answer बताओ। Yeah, rationalize लिखा था, but when you went to the actual syllabus, right? That was not, वहां पे उसमें नहीं लिखा था। I'll show you what I mean. We'll talk about that later. इस question को करते हैं। Let's do this question. Yeah. I get what you're saying. उन्होंने शुरू से बताया था। My bad. Thank you. Rationalized syllabus था। You're right. बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने। मैंने थोड़ा ड्रामेटिक हो गया, माफ करना नेस्ट जी। You are absolutely right. इसका आंसर तो भी है। Let's go with that. Yeah, remind the folks, it's rationalized syllabus. No hard, no foul on what they said. In fact, मैंने भी ये बताया था अपने सेशन में, but I just forgot as usual because I'm getting old. तो मैंने भी ये चीज आप लोगों को बताई थी कि it is rationalized syllabus itself, but I don't know why I forgot. It says I did this nest का all about nest वाला session, right? It says over here you need to go to rationalized syllabus. So I remember now we did this. Okay, cool. Yes, let's get back to today's session. It is B for sure. Why? Because this is again from NCERT directly, interstitial defects की बात हो रही है. And yeah, the smaller ion basically goes out. That is what a Frenkel defect is. Smaller ion बाहर जाता है, मतलब कि कहाँ जाता है? Interstitial phase में जाता है. So इसमें density नहीं बदलती है, right? Frenkel defect is one of those things where density नहीं बदलती है. It's written here very clearly. Does not change the density of the solid. There are other defects that do change the density of solids. Do you know them? Let me know in the comments if you know which ones actually change the density of the solid. That's important also. अगर solids नहीं, it's not important because well, just as you've told me, rationalized syllabus नहीं है. तो अगली बार क्या करेंगे? 21 में let's remove the rationalized syllabus. अगली बार नहीं करेंगे. I had forgotten about this, so I have all questions, but we'll remove the rationalized syllabus. चलो अच्छा है. Maybe session जल्दी खत्म हो जाएगा next time then. Okay. Consider the orbital angular momentum of the highest energy electron in lithium and boron atoms. Orbital angular momentum in the units of h by 2 pi will be what? This is NCERT में दिया हुआ ये formula, but students sometimes skip it. Yeah, formula दिया हुआ है. Really, it's new for you, Ujjwal. I'm not going to explain it now. Okay, I just did actually, Ujjwal. Have you studied solid state, Ujjwal? आपने पढ़ा है solid state? Yeah. Devmani, good night to you, I guess. Ujjwal, I'll tell you what. You don't need it for the exam. For next exam, you don't need it. Only for JEE Advanced, you need it. So come on to Telegram. You know there's a pinned comment over there, or come on to Discord. Yeah, open that up. You can reach out to me on I Teach Chem, and we'll talk about defects, I guess. मुझे defects काफी अच्छा लगता है because I was in materials engineering at IIC for some time. So मेरे दोस्त लोग काफी करते रहते थे, बैठ के मटेरियल्स को पॉलिश और माइक्रोस्कोप के अंदर देखने के लिए इसमें डिफेक्ट है कि नहीं है, लाइन डिफेक्ट, पॉइंट डिफेक्ट. Yeah, it was good fun. खैर, yeah, ping me here, we'll talk about it. Right now, since वो सिलेबस में नहीं है, we don't have to worry about it. इसका क्या होगा आंसर? Do you guys know this one? Have you seen this formula somewhere? इसका Am I going to have to open NCERT again for you to show you? देखो NCERT में है atomic structure. Hint, NCERT में है atomic structure में angular momentum. Actually, angular momentum का formula है क्या? रुको देखने दो, सोचने दो. So I think it is slightly possible कि ये ना हो NCERT में. I don't think this is an NCERT. Yeah, this is not an NCERT. खैर, yes, root में, yeah, it's not an NCERT. This is something we teach. Yeah, there's a root there, right? Yes, look, absolutely, it's not an NCERT, sadly. Josefa saying C, okay. 0 for Li and 1 for B. Good on 0, but I don't think it's C. Simarjot, I don't think it's C. C. What you guys are talking about is linear momentum, okay? Okay, hold on. हम लोग कहाँ पे क्या बात कर रहे हैं? Hold on. What is the question asking for? I have too many tabs open. Let me go back to the question. Question is asking for orbital angular momentum. Okay, cool. Orbital angular momentum or subsidiary quantum number. Ooh. Bhari bro, bhari. This is different from what we thought it would be. Okay. ओके रुक जाओ। अभी देखते हैं एनसीईआरटी में। ठीक है, एनसीईआरटी में क्या लिखा है? एनसीईआरटी में बोर भाई साहब के हिसाब से नो ऑप्टिमस, रुक जा। इट्स नॉट दैट। व्हाट यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इज एंगुलर मोमेंटम इन जनरल। ठीक है, बोर भाई साहब ने जो बोला था, दिस अकॉर्डिंग टू बोर, द मोमेंट यू गो टू ऑर्बिटल एंगुलर मोमेंटम, राइट, दैट हैज टू डू विद एल. Okay, and in NCERT I couldn't find the formula as such, but the formula is under root L into L plus 1. Okay, and I can give you sources for it. It's not something that's crazy difficult or anything. Let's see. Chemistry, liber text, orbital angular momentum, root L into L plus 1. I know I'm making this search a little bit biased by giving them, मैं जानता हूं क्या आंसर है, इसलिए मैं यही चीज डाल रहा हूं. एंड आई थिंक ऑप्टिमस काइंड ऑफ फिगर्ड इट आउट. ओके, दिस इज गोइंग टू स्केयर यू, सो लेट्स नॉट शो यू दिस. This is also going to scare you. So all right, let's skip this. I'll give you sources later. Yeah, absolutely. So hold on. Yeah, the idea here is this is the formula, under root of L into L plus 1 into H bar. Okay, and this H bar is the same as H by 2 pi. लिथियम के लिए या हाईएस्ट एनर्जी इलेक्ट्रॉन की हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं. हाईएस्ट एनर्जी इलेक्ट्रॉन मतलब इन दिस केस विल बी 2s1, हाइड्रोजन हीलियम लिथियम. थर्ड वन बेरिलियम बोरॉन, राइट, हाइड्रोजन हीलियम लिथियम बेरिलियम boron, so that's 5, right? So we're talking about these two electrons. Okay, here for the first one L is equal to 0, and for the second one L is equal to 1. Okay, so hence the answer is going to be 0 and root 2. Okay, yeah, that was a jump scare. What was a jump scare? I don't know what it is. Was my laugh a jump scare? So sorry about that. Okay. Optimus. That's okay. I'll find you a good source for this. The problem with quantum mechanics is इसकी जबरदस्ती NCERT में डाल दिया. There is no need for you to know quantum mechanics in 12th standard. But ठीक है, अगर if there is need, then ठीक से पढ़ाना चाहिए ना. Second chapter में कौन डालता है यार? In life of 11th they put all this thing. ठीक है. I'll give you good resources for this. Let me look for something that you can read up and क्या आता है, क्यों आता है, and all of that. Okay. The PDF. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Something. That was too much. I did fact check that. I just thought I'll show it to you and maybe they'll have it, but it was complicated. The spin only magnetic moment FeCl6 3 minus ion in Bohr magneton. This is an easy one. Try this out. ये वाला हो सकता है. Yeah, really, Optimus? That's awesome. That's great. JDL में है. All right. JDL अंदर रख दिया शायद मैंने. JDL में तो सब है. JDL की तो कोई बात ही नहीं है. Yeah, but I wanted to give them a simpler thing to look at. Angular momentum operators and eigenvalues. That does not look simpler. इसका आंसर बताइए आप लोग. But this is actually pretty good. This is actually very nice. J बोलते हैं, angular momentum को J बोलते हैं. By the way, L नहीं बोलते हैं, under root J बोलते हैं. But ठीक है. Regular momentum is P, and anyway, सब छोड़ो. Oh, fun stuff. This does not seem to be easy either. Relation between total angular momentum and नहीं यार, ठीक है. I'll do this research later and I'll share this. So don't know this one, Optimus, that's okay. Coordination में पढ़ाया जाता है. Maybe you don't know this right now. You'll need to study coordination to be able to answer this. The main thing to realize, I think, Simarjot, is कि ये weak field ligand है, right? Fluorine, in fact, and halogens are usually at the left part of this. CN, CO, and all are on the right side of this. Yeah, ammonia, I guess, is somewhere over here. Pani beach mein hai, which is also weak field ligand. So these are all weak field ligands. So this, since it's a weak field ligand, and this is a 3+ charge, right? Weak field ligand, and I've got Fe3+. Bohr magneton mein kya hai? It's under root N into N plus 2. Now this is slightly different, right? In that you had under root L into L plus 1. Here for Bohr magneton, it is under root N into N plus 2. This is the formula. Okay, cool. Fe3+ is going to be remove 2 electrons, 1 here, so it's 3d5. Awesome, great. But okay, weak field है, thank God. Okay, if it was a strong field, it will be complicated. But this is easy. Weak field है तो chill है. 5 electron थे, 5 है. Usually what happens, not usually, so this is a mathematical thing. Under root of N into N plus 2 is almost equal to N plus 1. So 6 will be the answer. 6 के आसपास जो भी है. If you had numerical entry in JEE somewhere else, you would mark it as 6. But here you would go with actual value, which is 5.92, closest to 6. Yeah, that's the general idea. Yes, solve session 2 also today. No, Samyak, I don't think we'll do that. We are just doing session 1 right now. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing, Optimus. It's the same thing. वही है, same ही चीज है. Oh, is it Samyak? I didn't know that. यार बता देते then I would have solved that. You guys give me inputs, मैं वही solve करूंगा जो आप लोग बोलोगे. Since आप लोग को input आया नहीं तो मैं अपने मन से solve कर रहा हूँ. ठीक है? I just gave it to my typing team. मैंने उनको जो है session 1 सारे दे दिए. 23, 22, 21. I gave session 2 सारे दे दिए. आप type कर दे दो. I will solve. That is what happened in the background. So yeah. All right. Next one. 1 mole of a compound X reacts with 1 mole of benzene sulfonyl chloride. Arey wow. You know what this is? To form compound Y. The compound Y is not soluble in an alkali. The compound X is O. This is directly from NCERT. Like direct. But if you have not read amines, आपको organic से डर लग रहा है, then there's no way you'll solve it, right? But if you have read it, you'll have an idea of what direction this is going in, right? This is a test to differentiate between primary, secondary, and tertiary amines. All of them, yeah, all of them. Primary amine में reaction होगा, and the second step may happen, may not happen. Secondary amine में reaction होगा, and second step may or may not happen. Tertiary amine में reaction होगा ही. What's the difference between primary, secondary, and tertiary amines? The hydrogen atoms, number of hydrogen atoms, right? That's the main difference. देखो, primary amine में 2 hydrogen, इसमें है 1 और tertiary में कहा गया. Where is tertiary, bro? This tertiary, no hydrogen, right? ये भी primary ही है. It may look a little weird, but ये भी primary है. Now, if I want to eliminate options, right? 2 primary है तो ये आंसर नहीं हो सकता है, because दोनों primary है, ठीक है? So it is either this or this. Now, usually, अगर मैंने आपको hint दे दिया है कि भाई hydrogen must be there, maybe the reaction is something that. What is benzene sulfonyl chloride? It's a salt, ठीक है? अगर हाइड्रोजन के साथ रिएक्ट करने के चांसेस हैं, you can kind of guess actually. You can kind of guess that B is the answer. That's what I feel. Hinsberg guess, Samyak, बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही. Secondary, I mean, yeah. Yes, Samyak, absolutely right. Acidic hydrogen. You guys are catching on to this drift. Amazing. So you need to know the mechanism. That's what I'm trying to say, right? You can guess this if you are really like बिल्कुल पंडर हो, तुम guess कर सकते हो. But I think the better way to do it is look at the mechanism. Mechanism ये ठीक है, mechanism ही नहीं पढ़ा है. Okay, but general idea is this is technically an acid-base reaction, right? This is behaving like a base. कहाँ गया ये भाई साहब? And this is behaving like an acid, right? This ये Cl और ये H निकल जाएंगे, ठीक है? And that's it. This is the product form. Okay, because this is acidic. Okay, this is very acidic. It is going to dissolve in an alkali. अगर primary amine हुआ तो, this is Hinsberg reagent. Secondary amine हुआ तो, what, did it not change? Nothing changed. Okay, it is not primary because well it is soluble. It is not soluble in alkali. Okay, ठीक है. Secondary amine के लिए you don't have the hydrogen. See, there is no hydrogen over here, no H, so it's not going to dissolve in an alkali. That's the main difference. इसीलिए this must be a secondary amine. Hence the answer must be B. That's it. It's that simple as possible. Tertiary नहीं करेगा because there's no H, there's no hydrogen at all, right? So go to the first principles of everything and you'll be good. Whether you're doing physical या organic, inorganic में ठीक है, first principle can only get you so far because some things are real and they just happen. There's not much you can do about it, right? मग करना ही पड़ता है. Yeah. भूमि, सवाल solve करें? Yeah. This is the right answer. All right. Let's go on to the next one. The compound X shown below does not react with aqueous NaOH at 80 degrees Celsius. The reason is that initial reaction होगा, oh my god, bicyclo compound नहीं करना है. But you can do this. You don't need any crazy. You don't have to study bicyclo compounds to be able to solve this. Again, from first principles इसको कर सकते हो. And that's what I really like about this question. Yeah, I like this question because it seems difficult, but the approach to do this is very direct. Very direct. Okay. Hi to you too, Bhumi. Answer देंगे या फिर spam करोगे आप? D says Optimus. Breadth rule. Nah, Optimus. No, no. We're not doing that. No. We're not doing that. D says one person. We're not using random names. You can do it from first principles. D and Shlok. Maybe your answer is right. I have a problem with the name. That's all. Yeah. नहीं आया था. Okay, Samyak. No problem. Samyak, तुमने last year दिया था क्या? Wait, 22 में तुमने दिया था? अच्छा. All right, Krishna. All right. How do you solve this question? Here's a general idea, right? NaOH के साथ react कर रहा है. It's a pretty strong base. Okay. And you are heating it also. So what is it? Elimination? No, of course not elimination. Elimination is not happening here. Okay. Elimination is not happening here. So let's see that possibly SN1 reaction हो रहा है, right? But SN1 reaction में problem ये है कि I need to form a plus charge over here. If I get a, what is a plus charge? Plus charge hota kya hai? It is an unhybridized p orbital. So the moment I do that, this is the hybridization. What is this? This is planar, right? Carbon, 3 bonds. Okay, this is the plane, and this is your unhybridized p orbital. Yeah, I know, amazing. Not really 3D, but that is the problem of the medium. Okay, this is out of plane. But that's not going to happen because of ring strain. Look at this guy. It does not want to be planar. It has this awesome, cool structure. It doesn't want to mess that up, right? So although a protic solvent, would stabilize the carbocation, ये तुम idea लगा सकते हो. But because of this strain, it's not going to happen. Tetrahedral से sp2 बनने के almost zero chances है. Okay. Hence, this is the right answer. Yeah. Planar होता है too much strain, and sure. All right. This is the answer. Good job. Good job on figuring it out. सम्यक 6-7 दिन पहले किया. Okay. Cool. Bhumi, hi to you too. What is happening here? At least थोड़ा effort तो लगाओ spam करने में. Same चीज बार-बार डालने से कहाँ थोड़ी ना spam होता है. Like I would respect spammers if you actually made the effort. This is zero effort. Nah, no bhav given to such people. Lazy. 0 out of 10 effort. An organic compound X shown below is subjected to the Kjeldahl method for determination of nitrogen. The amount of ammonia liberated from 2.21 gram of X is what? And this is a nice question, again, a nice question, because it checks the basics and you need to थोड़ा सा, बहुत ही थोड़ा सा mole concept भी लगाना पड़ेगा. But main idea is कि, hey, are all 3 nitrogens going to react? Or maybe amide का करेगा नहीं करेगा, और ring का करेगा नहीं करेगा. That's what you've got to figure out, right? Looks to me like, or you be like, yeah, ये भी नहीं करेगा, 0 हो जाएगा क्या? 0 not an option. Okay, great. तो at least एक तो करेगा, right? अगर एक किया तो ये आंसर होगा, something will be answer. 2 किया तो कोई और आंसर होगा, 3 हो तो कोई और आंसर होगा. Interestingly, all of these 3 are basically 1, 2, and 3. If you look at it carefully, you'll be able to figure out this is 1, 2, and 3, all of them. So you need to know what is happening here exactly. Optimus C, now that would be effort. I would like that. Yeah. Only amide wala shlok. Why not the one on top shlok? ये वाला क्यों नहीं करेगा? What's the problem with this? And 4? Ring वाला नहीं करता. Yes, Samyak, absolutely right. Right? The general idea is कि you're converting all the nitrogen to ammonia. ठीक है? That's the general idea. All the nitrogen, but not the ones जो ring के अंदर है. Pyridine ले लो, quinoline ले लो, any of those things, right? Also, azo compounds are not going to happen. Azo में भी नहीं होगा. ठीक है? So I feel it should be 2 of these, both of these. ये दोनों होंगे. But श्लोक को लग रहा है कि ये वाला भी नहीं होगा. D is 4 times, okay. D is 4 times, but 4 तो है ही नहीं. 4 is not an option. Yeah. All right. That's the best thing. You just ignore the spammer and they'll be like, oh my god, can no one hear me? Can no one see me? Funny. Okay. Samyak says A. Okay. Samyak A तब होगा और सिर्फ एक होगा. But I feel that both of these will react. Okay. Shlok, can you explain to me why you were saying कि amide होगा और amine वाला नहीं होगा? Any reason for that? Yeah. Looks like Samyak also wants to go with that. I have a feeling that both of these will, work out and we can kind of figure it out from here. यहाँ पे टोटली 10 कार्बन एटम है, 3 नाइट्रोजन है, 1 ऑक्सीजन है, ठीक है, और 1 क्लोरीन है और 8 हाइड्रोजन है. काउंट कर लेना यार, थोड़ा एफर्ट लगेगा. यू हैव टू डू ऑल दिस बाय योरसेल्फ. ओके, आई नो इसलिए पेपर में लुक डिफिकल्ट, बट यू हैव ऑप्शंस. ओके, दिस अगर यही सवाल जेईई एडवांस में आता, देन इट विल गेट डिफिकल्ट बिकॉज़ यू डोंट हैव ऑप्शन, यू हैव टू फिगर आउट बाय योरसेल्फ, राइट? बट when you have MCQs, question becomes significantly easier. You add it up, you get 21.5 gram per mole, which means it's 1 by 100 of a mole, right? 10 power minus 2 mole है इतना. So 10 power minus 2 mole is of NH3. I'm sorry. 1 mole X will give you 2 mole NH3. 10 power minus 2 will give you 0.02 mole NH3, which is 0.34 gram. That's the idea I was going with. Yeah. I know, Stroke, I feel that there is a partial level 1 character as well, but I don't think that's a concern. Yeah. It's not a concern. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead with this. Okay? That's not a concern, Shlok. I know it could be close, but according to the answer key and also according to the friends who are better organic than me, this does not happen. मुझे भी यही लगा था कि wait a minute, no one carrot and all, but no, it's cool. You're heating it, so it's all right. Okay? All good. Next one. The correct statement regarding the free energy change. Ah, this is good, bro. These questions are nice. Ooh, these are awesome questions. All the, ये जो I think this is the last दिस इज द लास्ट सिंगल करेक्ट वन, उसके बाद जो एक से ज्यादा करेक्ट आया ना, दे आर ऑल गोइंग टू बी फन. रुको, ठीक है. The correct statement regarding the free energy change delta G and the standard free energy change delta G naught for melting of ice and a chemical reaction P giving Q is what? This is just a weird combination of things. Melting of ice and a chemical reaction? ये जबरदस्ती सवाल बनाया गया, but it's still an interesting question to solve. ठीक है. So, if I have to write everything down, जो बस दिया, मैं कुछ अभी आपको कुछ solution नहीं बता रहा हूँ. I'm just writing everything I know before I start this question. ठीक है. What do I know? I know that there are two processes. One is a physical process, right? यहाँ पे entropy बढ़ रही है because solid is becoming liquid. Also, well, you're going to heat, right? So it's an endothermic process. So delta H, delta S are both positive. This is something I know. I can analyze by looking at this expression. By looking at this for the first one, melting of ice. दूसरा वाला point है, I can use this. ठीक है, delta H minus T delta S. This will help me with this, with this, with this, and with this. ठीक है? I also need another thing actually. I also need that delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT ln Q. I also need this. Actually, I also need this. I'll tell you why we need this very soon. श्लोक को ये लग रहा है? श्लोक को ए लग रहा है. चलो. ओके. कूल. आर यू श्योर? बट अगर ए हो सकता है तो बी भी हो सकता है ना? श्लोक, व्हाई नॉट बी? देखो, the problem is okay, Optimus, is it spontaneous, non-spontaneous? Because enthalpy change is positive, entropy change is zero. Okay. सोचना पड़ेगा भाई. Here is a problem or a solution. When you say slow melting of ice at 0 degrees Celsius, the more you put the word slow there, इसका मतलब है कि this is at equilibrium. If it's at equilibrium, then at that point, and remember you're talking about delta G, not delta G naught. Optimus, what you are talking about is delta G naught possibly. Yeah? All right, Shlok, all right. Nisha, I think it will be 0 because equilibrium भी है. Slow melting, मतलब कि that point दोनों things हो रही है. 0 degree Celsius पे this goes that way, this goes that way. It's an equilibrium. It is at equilibrium for practical process. इसीलिए ये दोनों हो गए गलत. Very interesting, right? Yes, सम्यक. सम्यक के सवाल सॉल्व किया हुआ है. But either way, good job, सम्यक. दोनों हैं. But tell me one thing. Did you honestly find the solution of these nests anywhere else on the internet? The reason I'm doing this with you, although I know बहुत कम लोग लिखेंगे इसको, is because I could not find satisfactory solutions of nest paper कहीं पे भी internet पे. Literally anywhere, I could not find it. Maybe I spent about half an hour googling it, but that's what it. But अगर आधे घंटे में कोई चीज नहीं मिलती है तो मतलब it doesn't exist मेरे हिसाब से, right? तो उससे ज़्यादा कौन effort लगाएगा देखने के लिए? That's what I will do. Look at these 2 points. The reaction P giving Q with a positive value of delta G naught can never be spontaneous. That's when the other equation comes into the picture. तो पहले दो तो गलत हो गए. ये देखो, delta G is delta G naught plus RT ln Q. It's saying positive value of delta G naught can never be spontaneous. Okay, ये positive हो गया. So what? This can be negative. I can make ln Q negative. Obviously, temperature cannot be negative. ln Q negative हो सकता है. This is wrong. When will ln Q be negative? ln Q is basically going to be ln of concentration of Q by concentration of P. मतलब P की concentration हो गई ज्यादा, है ना? P की concentration हो गई ज्यादा, which is the next statement actually. So this is false, and that relates to the next statement. The reaction P giving Q with a positive value of delta G naught can be spontaneous, but when the reaction, this I'm not sure about reaching equilibrium. Let's just say, but the reaction when this is true, then yes, then delta G can be spontaneous. Delta G can be negative. Delta G negative हो जाएगी because ये positive है. अगर ये बहुत negative हो गया, then this is possible. It is possible. That's all we are saying. Hence, D is the right answer. Yeah. All right. It's not there exactly my concern. All right, Nisha. Good job. Yeah. Sure. Shlok C is incorrect. Yeah. Nice question, right? I like this question. Although थोड़ा सा randomly mash up किया गया था दो अलग-अलग चीजों का. ठीक है. Cool. I think we've reached the halfway mark. Section A हो गया खत्म. ठीक है, सेक्शन बी में, एंड द थिंग इज दिस हैड सो मेनी थिंग्स टू टॉक अबाउट that I had to make this in two different presentations because I don't know if you know this, if you have worked for presentation or you probably not worked with presentations. What happens is कि if you have more than 100 slides ना, PPT भाई साहब बैठ जाते हैं, मतलब it just dies. It doesn't matter what your how powerful your computer is, PPT will die. It is not meant to do more than 100 slides, 150 slides. So every time I have more than 100 slides, I have to split the paper up. This is what I had to do this time as well, right? So question 10, which is I think we are starting with section 2 now. I think so. Let us see. शायद इसका भी एक ही आंसर है, देखने दो एक बार. इसका एक, this is the last question of section A. ठीक है. This is on kinetics it looks like, है ना? Section A, last clue. Consider the following reversible exothermic reaction in an aqueous solution. नहीं, kinetics का नहीं है. Kinetics का नहीं, sorry, equilibrium का है. Yeah. Good night, bro. Google Keep for this? No, man. I can use other softwares, but PPT is the easiest because typing karne mein, everybody at work is used to presentation, so it's easily, yeah. Plus लिखने में मजा आता है इसमें. The software is good to write on. So I want you to consider the following reversible exothermic reaction in an aqueous solution. Okay, Kc is defined in terms of molarity at temperature T. All aqueous. The reaction is started with species X only. What is the correct statement about this? Unit of Kc is molars per liter. I have a problem with this question. Kc does not have units. Even if it had units, जबरदस्ती कर लेते हैं यार, ठीक है, it will be mole per liter, not mole. But bro, anybody who tells you K has limits is teaching you wrong stuff. Okay. The moment you do chemical engineering, which I know most of you won't, but if you do chemical engineering, you'll be taught this term called activity, right? And mathematically also you can understand why K cannot have units. I'll talk about this because this is something that I'm very particular about. Okay? If you put anything inside log, it does not have a unit. That's a mathematical rule, boss. You can't put stuff inside log that has units. Okay? Well, I'm just going to turn the fan on. Yeah, activity is the ratio always. Exactly. Right? अरे श्लोक, मजा आएगा. केमिकल में इतना मैथ है ना कि दिमाग घूम जाएगा. बहुत मजा आएगा. रुको, फैन ऑन करके आता हूँ. I don't know why it's so warm in Bangalore suddenly. Give me a second. Samyak, may I do some bubble bursting for you? माइनिंग में भी भाई थर्मो यही सब आता है. इनऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री भरा हुआ है. So you can't escape thermo if you're doing anything physical like mechanical, chemical, biotech. All of it has thermo. Equilibrium सब उसमें होगा. I think, at least from what it used to be, unless the syllabus is changed drastically. Okay, so yeah, it does not have units. K doesn't have units. Okay, थोड़ा सा पढ़ना पड़ेगा आपको. K cannot have units. Okay, so anybody who teaching you units of K is gas पढ़ा रहा है. ठीक है, does not have units. Let's move on. At equilibrium, if the reaction mixture is diluted with water at the same temperature to double the total volume, the value of Kc will be halved. What is this crap? No, of course not. Kc थोड़ी ना बदलेगा. Why will Kc change? Kc will depend only on temperature. ये गलत है. Next idea. This seems to be correct to me. Temperature बढ़ा दिया, Z का concentration कम हो जाएगा. Yeah, it's an exothermic reaction. Increase temperature, K कम होता है. Space versus chem. All right. सम्यक आंसर भी बता दे यार. निशा, ऑप्टिमस चला गया, सो गया. भूमि भाग गई और उसका दोस्त मोटिवेशनल थॉट्स 2182 वो भी भाग गया. तुषार क्या हुआ, आंसर भी बता दे। या एक्सोथर्मिक दिस इज द आंसर. It's if a small amount of X is added to the, yeah, of course, Kc is not going to change, bro. Like we already discussed that. Random. Last option random है. ठीक है, C हो गया. Nisha is here. Okay, great, Nisha. Let's try out the next one. This is already solved. Here onwards, you're going to have more than one correct. Okay, more than one correct. Possibility है. I'm not saying कि हर में होगा, but possibility है कि एक से ज्यादा correct हो. ठीक है? Cool. Consider the expansion. Look at this. This one is riddled with thermo. Consider the expansion of 1 mole of an ideal gas from an initial state to final state with delta S representing the entropy change in the process. This is a fun paper. This is like entropy ka end sem exam type. If the process is carried out reversibly, this is like testing so much of detail of entropy, it is awesome. Reversibly, the value of delta S will be higher in comparison to its irreversible counterpart. I don't think so, right? The whole point is that what is delta S? Delta S is Q reversible by T, right? Integral डाल दो, ठीक है. Which means कि irrespective of whether the process is reversible or irreversible, उसकी value will be considering delta S reversible. अगर irreversible process भी है, right? The path बोलते हैं ना. अगर path irreversible भी है, you will consider the reversible path to give you the answer. This is what this means. ठीक है? Which means कि it's not going to be different. That is the first idea. Okay. This is good. Okay, Nisha thinks C on this one. All right, let's see. Good job. Let's see. ठीक है? Delta V positive है, that's for sure. Now, if the process is adiabatic, the value of delta S is always 0 irrespective of whether the process is carried out reversibly or irreversibly. निशा ये गलत क्यों है? ऑप्शन बी थोड़ा मुझे स्ट्रेंज लग रहा है. ये गलत क्यों है? नहीं, सम्यक फॉर्मूला तो नहीं है ना. इट्स द सेम थिंग. सी, irreversible is a path. Reversible is a path. Okay. If the same process end point same है, state same है, तो whether the path is reversible or irreversible, it does not matter. अगर the state is the change, अगर if the state change is the same, okay. फर्स्ट और सेकंड ऑप्शन में डिफरेंशिएट करना बहुत जरूरी है. सेकंड ऑप्शन बिल्कुल अलग है फर्स्ट ऑप्शन से. We'll talk about second option later because it's a little complicated. I'll write down the expression that will help you figure it out, but we'll do it. Okay, we'll do the second option a little bit later. Next one says if the process is isothermal, there will not be any heat exchange. This is wrong, right? Because from this isothermal matlab this is 0, but I get Q reversible to be equal to, dependent on W. So that's not right, right? In fact, if you integrate it, what do you get? You get N C V ln T2 by T1 plus N R ln V2 by V1. This is the formula for delta S. We've done this many times हमारे session में इसको कर चुके हैं. This is wrong. If the process is isothermal and the final, you're saying C? Nisha was saying C. C तो नहीं सही है. B देखेंगे. B will see. Shlok, it's a little complicated. We'll explore B. Nisha, I don't think C is correct. Nisha changed the answer to D. Okay. Eliminator also saying D. Let's see. Let's look at D. If the process is isothermal and the final volume is double of the initial volume, the value of delta is independent of temperature. Well, duh. You already said it's isothermal. So, what? I don't understand this question. Bro, if it is isothermal, right? If it's isothermal, this term is going to be equal to 0. ठीक है? अगर isothermal हुआ. So, it doesn't matter if the volume is 2 times, 10 times, 100 times, it's going to be independent of temperature. That's what isothermal means, right? From this expression, D is wrong. I mean, sorry, D is right. D बिल्कुल सही है. ठीक है? It will be equal to NR ln V2 by V1. So, V2 can be any ratio of V2 by V1. Now, let's explore option B. ठीक है? Option B को थोड़ा explore करते हैं. If the process is adiabatic, okay. Now, adiabatic is not a path. Okay. Adiabatic technically is Q equal to 0, right? But Q can be 0 in multiple ways. ठीक है? Multiple paths, ये बहुत जरूरी है. फिर से मेरी बात सुनो. Isothermal is a path, but it can be, isothermal can happen in many different ways. ठीक है? What do I mean? T or T. यहाँ पे this is one line that represents this. Okay, well, let's not divert this. Okay, let me give you actual examples. Theory को छोड़ देते हैं. Let me give you actual examples of actual processes. If the process is adiabatic, the value of delta is always 0, irrespective of whether the process is carried out reversibly. Reversible मतलब बहुत धीरे. Irreversible मतलब one shot, like bam. Okay. बहुत धीरे 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 करने पे दिस idea is true. If it's adiabatic, then delta S is Q reversible by T. If it is a very slow process, in that case it is going to be equal to 0. ठीक है, तो Q reversible will be equal to 0 and hence delta S reversible will be equal to 0. What about irreversible? What about irreversible? You have studied this. The reason I'm saying it's doable is you have studied this. Where have you studied this? Adiabatic expansion. You have studied this, right? There are curves, PV curves. This is isothermal. This is adiabatic. Now, curve मतलब this must be reversible, right? Curve अगर plot किया reversible, but ठीक है, बहुत जल्दी कर दो. You let it expand very soon, like what you have in what you call it, engine में होता है, और like suddenly expand करने दो किसी को जिसमें heat exchange हो ही ना पाए, तो it expand at the cost of the internal energy, right? So such an example, take an example of this irreversible adiabatic expansion. यहाँ पे फिर से the path will be reversible that you have to consider for delta S calculation. ठीक है, this is important. ये this is the हिंदी में बोल रहा हूं, अगर चाहो तो अंग्रेजी में बोल सकता हूं. I'll repeat it in both languages, okay, so it's very clear. The whether your process is irreversible or irreversible, you have to consider the reversible path, okay, to calculate delta S. The reason why we have done this, giving you an example, is so easy to understand. Okay, what do I mean by reversible path? ये process है irreversible expansion, ठीक है, irreversible हो रहा है, but the reversible path for this would be this integral nr ln v2 by v1. I've already given the formula, right? फिर से लिखना है, फिर से लिख देते हैं, ncv ln t2 by t1 plus nr ln v2 by v1. If you're wondering ये कहाँ से आया, this is delta u minus w का integral. What is this? This is ncv dt by t. Okay, minus w मतलब प्लस हो गया p dv by v. What is p? p क्या है? n r t by v. Yeah, that's p, right? Hence you get this. So you get p dv then becomes nrt by v, which then becomes, let me remove that and here nr by v because t gets cancelled out. इसको integrate करो, you get this. देखो quick derivation या कुछ नहीं है. Cool? Is that okay, eliminator? I have just explained it फिर से. Are you okay? Yeah? Yeah? Samyak? Yeah? Okay, great. Sir, question 10 का C होगा. Question 10 का है. अच्छा, okay, निशा. Cool. Possibly. Sure. Possibly होगा. निशा, we'll have to look at that. ये वाला ठीक है? Eliminator भाई साहब, I've explained it quite some detail. Is this okay now? अंग्रेजी में फिर से बोल देता हूं. Whether your process is reversible or irreversible, the value of delta S will be the path that is reversible. For an irreversible process, the path, reversible path and irreversible path are going to be different. Most of the times they're going to be different, which is why you always have to look at the reversible path to get delta S ka value. And I've shown you here that when you have an irreversible adiabatic expansion, the reversible path shows that you can get some values here. Okay, the irreversible path shows that this reversible as a path. Okay, when you do this, the same thing in a very reversible, बहुत धीरे 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 करोगे, zero, सब कुछ नहीं होगा. That's it. सम्यक, अगर instant temperature change होगा, उसका एग्जाम्पल सिरिंज का है. यू नो, adiabatic compression is easier to understand, Samyak, but you cannot plot it on a graph, Samyak. All I was saying is कि when you're plotting something on a graph, that means it is reversible. ठीक है, graph means it has to be reversible, because इसीलिए that's another reason. Take something very simple. You just take the whole block, area of the whole block, P dv, right? Delta V आप लेते हो, और P delta V depending on external pressure. When you're trying to calculate the work done in a irreversible process, because you cannot plot the points on the graph. You don't know यहाँ से यहाँ जा रहा है, धीरे धीरे जा रहा है, सीधा one shot में जा रहा है. Okay, and what is the other thing you're saying? Yeah, if you take a syringe and there's some gas in it which can catch fire, उसको compress करो, वो literally there's a explosion that happens. That's exactly what happens in a Carnot cycle, right? बहुत जल्दी तुम गैस को compress करते हो, उसमें ऑक्सीजन है, it catches fire, blows up. goes back up, goes up. But we consider that also to be reversible and we plot it on a graph. Carnot cycle भी हम लोग उसको graph में करते हैं because we consider it to be reversible. Veritasium has a really good video on this where he's showing this, adiabatic compression. उसका opposite हो गया expansion, बहुत जल्दी से बाहर आ जाएगा, possible. ठीक है? Next question. For a chemical reaction, the time taken tau for the initial rate of reaction to fall to 90% of its value is found to be independent of the initial concentration. Choose the correct statement for this reaction. Eliminator, I hope that explanation was okay. If you still find that to be complicated, go to my sessions, right? On the channel, on the JE channel, I have solved this. Copy clean link. Clean का क्या मतलब होता है? खराब लिंक होता है क्या? अरे यार टाइप ही कर लेता हूँ, इतना सब लोग इतना ये देते हैं. Go here, okay? Oh, why did I turn off a video? Sorry about that. Go here, search for thermo. Where is thermo? There's no thermo? That's not possible. Thermodynamics. Yo, ये तो NEET वाला thermodynamics है. You'll have to go to the different thermo here. And you'll have to go to here. Chemistry JEE main crash course. You have to go to this one. Too many tabs, bro. Too many tabs. All right, go here, search for thermo, and you'll see this, right? This is where I've probably done all of this in detail. Okay, let's get back to our session right now. By the way, second app is for us. Second link is for you to download the app if you want to check out the awesome animations and crazy explanation there. All right, cool. So time taken tau is 90% of its value. Okay, to fall to 90% of its value for the initial rate of the reaction is found to be independent of the initial concentration. Agar time is independent, that means it's most likely first order reaction. Why? Because first order is ln A by A naught is equal to KT, right? तो उसमें concentration का independent है. It's not dependent on concentration as such. मतलब the time is always going to be dependent on just this. Yeah, for the initial rate of a reaction to fall to 90% value. Okay, cool. Choose the correct statement here. First order, yeah, Shlok? I think so too. Shlok, do you agree as to why it should be first order? What do you think? Yeah? Matlab, if I take A naught to be 100 or I take A naught to be 10, the time taken is going to be the same. That's what you're trying to say. Obviously, it depends on K. तो मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा कि कोई भी first order reaction के लिए matter नहीं करता. It depends on K for sure. But whether I take A naught to be 100 or 10, it's going to be the same. That is what I'm trying to say. Because at all points is a ratio. You've got ln A by A naught by A. Yeah, it's at all times going to be the ratio. Yeah, all right. Sure, eliminator जी हिंदी में समझाते हैं, हिंदी में समझाते हैं. बोल दिया करो जब समझा रहा हूं तभी. मुझे लगा हिंदी समझना है इसलिए मैं इंग्लिश में समझाया. ठीक है. नाउ ये वाला गलत है. 5 tau कैसे होगा भाई? Tau is saying to be 90%. So it has to be less than tau. Now, how can it be more than tau? 5 tau is wrong. We'll look at that. पहला वाला क्या है? Interesting. Fraction reacted at time t equals exponent minus kt. मतलब e power minus kt. Is this correct? मुझे अजीब लग रहा है. Fraction reacted. We'll see. Where k is a rate constant. What do you think? C तो सारे first order reaction के लिए correct. हाँ, तो इसलिए यही होगा एक आंसर. But Shlok, this can be more than one correct. Okay, तो बाकी भी देख लो थोड़ा ध्यान से. Okay. First order reaction है ln A naught by A is equal to KT, which means कि A naught by A is equal to E power KT. E power minus KT क्या होगा? E power minus KT will be A by A naught. But this is not the fraction reacted. ध्यान से देखो. This is not the fraction reacted. This is a fraction that remains. है ना? A मतलब कितना concentration A का बचा है, not कितना react हुआ है. तो रिएक्ट कितना होगा? रिएक्टेड के लिए यू हैव टू डू A naught minus A divided by A naught. This is going to be the fraction reacted. Okay, hence A is wrong. A क्या होगा? A will be 1 minus E power minus KT. अगर इसको ध्यान से करोगे. Maybe if you have solved क्या बोलते हैं kinetics a lot of times, you may even know this as a result. You don't have to know it as a result. On the spot भी derive कर सकते हो. बहुत टाइम होता है इसमें. नेक्स्ट में बहुत टाइम होता है. 17 सवाल है सिर्फ. ठीक है. Which why this is wrong. Half life reaction cannot be 5T. I'll prove to you how, but it cannot be 5T. ठीक है. Okay. ये वाला आसान वाला है. श्लोक ने जो बताया. Let's do this. 75% is for all first order reactions. A naught to A by 2 is T half. To A by 4 is 2T half. What is this? This is the amount that remains. Amounts कितना react हुआ है? This is 1 minus A naught by 4.75, right? This is the amount that is reacted. 75% reaction complete. Hey. The pre-exponential factor in Arrhenius equation for the reaction dimension of time. Yes, exactly, Shloक. What about D? Eliminator भाई साहब, D का क्या होगा बताइए, आप बताइए. There's a moth. मैं जब भी खिड़की खोलता हूँ मौत भाई साहब अंदर आके बैठ जाते हैं. ठीक है, घूमने दीजिए मौत को. Moth to a flame, huh? No flames though, we just have nice white LED lights. Pre-exponential factor. Pre-exponential factor मतलब क्या होता है? K A e power minus EA by RT. This is unitless. That's why it is in E power, right? EA by RT. So K will have the same units as A. K की unit क्या है? Second inverse. Arrhenius, sorry. Pre-exponential factor Arrhenius is also going to have the same thing. Wait, hold on. ये तो गलत हो गया. It will be second inverse, not second. तो looks like सिर्फ C correct है. What about B? सिर्फ C correct लग रहा है. D is true, हाँ? यार मुझे तो लग रहा है सेकंड इनवर्स नहीं होगा. श्लोक, डी और सेइंग इज ट्रू बिकॉज के जो आपने लिखा है बिल्कुल सही है. What you've written is right, but what this is saying is pre-exponential factor. Pre-exponential factor in the Arrhenius equation. Isn't that A? Frequency factor? और क्या और have I मैंने क्या इंग्लिश को ठीक से नहीं समझा इधर. Pre-exponential. I think you're talking about frequency factor. मतलब एक ही बात हो रही है शायद. Yeah, okay, cool. This is wrong. Now, this cannot be true as I told you. अगर tau 90% है तो भाई obviously उससे कम होगा. If you want to do this properly, we can, no problem. K tau is ln 10. Why is it ln 10? ln 10 कहाँ से आ गया? ये दिया है ना 90%. 90% में क्या मतलब हुआ? 90% मतलब ln a naught by 0.1 a naught is equal to K tau. Okay. ले लो भाई log. So you get ln 10. Okay. So tau is ln 10 by K. I can also write it as this. You don't have to, but I'm saying लिख सकते हो. ठीक है. I also know that K is going to be ln 10 by tau, which is also equal to ln 2 by T half, right? So T half is ln 2 by K. So I can write this, थोड़ा सा substitute करने के बाद, I get T half to be equal to basically ln 2 by ln 10 into tau, which translates to 0.693 divided by 2.303 into tau. तो 0.7 by 2.3 मतलब 0.5 हो गया ना, sorry, 0.3 कुछ हो गया, 0.3 tau हो गया, not 5 tau, it cannot be more, कम होगा, बहुत कम होगा. ठीक है. So this one is off. Only correct answer is C. Okay? Yeah. भारी हो रहे हैं. These more than one correct ones are heavy, man. NEST is not an easy exam by any standard. NEST is a काफी भारी test. NEST is a भारी test. NEST is a भारी test. That rhymes. सब ठीक चल रहा है. Let me just taking a temperature check of everybody who is on this thing right now. माहौल कैसा है? तुम लोग ठीक हो? Are you guys okay? Alive and well? सब ठीक है ना? कुछ ही सवाल बाकी हैं, 4-5 सवाल कर लेंगे जल्दी जल्दी. The correct statements about MnCl6 eliminator जी आप हैं कि भाग गए? The correct statements निशा about MnCl6 4 minus MnCn4 3 MnCn6 4 minus पढ़ लो भाई. एक का है 4 बाकी का है 6. ठीक है. ये है WFL weak field ligand, this is a strong field ligand, this is a weak field ligand. Okay. Center of symmetry, this is from coordination. Heavy stuff, slightly heavy. You have to know what is the meaning of center of symmetry. Center of symmetry का मतलब क्या होता है? Inversion, center of symmetry. Well, symmetry की बात की जा सकती है अगर shape symmetrical हो. Okay. And whether it is D2 sp3 or sp3 D2, those are symmetrical. But what about this? If this is D sp2, then yes. If it is sp3, then no. That is the main idea. sp3 is not symmetrical. What is sp3? sp3 looks like this is not symmetrical. You draw a line between. It's not the same. Mirror नहीं है ना. Okay, let's see. देखते हैं. Let's identify इसमें हो क्या रहा है. What is happening here? Let's do that properly. Then we look at the options. इस सवाल में I would approach it from first principle. I would write them all down. फिर उसके बाद देखेंगे सवाल में क्या हो रहा है. Manganese in all of them 3d5 4s2, right? Cl6 यहाँ पे है 2+, यहाँ पे है 3+, यहाँ पे है 2+. मतलब 3d5 3d4 3d5. Okay. Interestingly, यहाँ पे भी मैंने confidently D2 sp3 लिखा है. Not some D3 sp2. I have not written that, right? Because that is very uncommon and normally at our level वो सब नहीं होता है. What happens to manganese is in fact this. Okay, it doesn't pair it up completely. ये थोड़ा सा it's just this that pairs up, so it leaves these two here, and you have D2sp3. ठीक है, that's why I wrote that very confidently. Okay, so from this पहला वाला हो गया गलत because this is sp3. Okay, according to VBT, the hybridization of Mn. अच्छा, we already written down D2sp3, sp3. Perfect, ये वाला सही है. The DD electronic transition is possible in all of them. Yeah, absolutely. सब में चलेगा, क्यों नहीं चलेगा, है ना. किसी में D10 या D0 नहीं है, D0 नहीं है तो DD works out. Okay, great. B and C are good. What about the last one? B is, एक मिनट, उल्टा है क्या? या उल्टा है, माफ करना, B गलत है. B में उल्टा लिख दिया मैंने, बोल दिया सही. But this one is sp3d2 and this is D2sp3, right? So this is wrong. Okay, C is right. What about the last one? Spin only magnetic moments of both of these are equal. I mean, really? Both of them are equal? What? Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, दोनों D5 थे, right? Both of them were D5. Let's go back to that. Both of them were D5. Yeah, D5 and weak field ligand. So we don't have to worry about octahedral and tetrahedral splitting. वो सब के बारे में सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. Either way, it's 5 electron species. So yeah, spin only magnetic moment will be the same. The delta 0 and delta T, these values will be different. Okay, but the thing is कि this energy is still lower than the pairing energy, इसलिए ये split ही करना prefer करता है. That is what we are talking about. So yeah, the right options according to me are C and D. Yeah, C and D, no B. 5 में no pairing, yes equal. B गलत है, reverse होगा ना, बिल्कुल सही. So C and D, yes, absolutely. एग्जाम जो निकालना है एलिमिनेटर, वाह वाह वाह, ऑल द बेस्ट, ऑल द बेस्ट. ठीक है, बढ़िया, समझ में आ रहा है ना. हिंदी में बात कर रहा हूं अभी तुम्हें. यू गुड? एनीथिंग जो ना समझ में पूछ लो. लाइव में आने का ये तो सबसे कूल चीज है, पूछ सकते हो तुम. ऑल राइट, फन 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 ऑर्गेनिक, डूएबल है, कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बिल्कुल नहीं है. यार थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा सॉल्व करने में, बट इट्स डूएबल. कंसिडर द रिएक्शन सीक्वेंस बिलो एंड द प्रोडक्ट्स फॉर्म देयरिन. व्हाट आर द करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट्स? Acid catalyzed hydration of tea provides you as the major product. You as the major product. देखते हैं, ये तो मुझे गलत लग रहा है पहला वाला. We'll see. But you know what happens, right? The moment I say CrO3, I'm like, oh, let's put a double bond here. Great. Oh, great. ये भाई साहब आ गए यहाँ पे. Now इस double bond को क्या होगा? OH बन जाएगा और CH3 आ जाएगा. This is what I see right away. Okay. So this will have this product. और इसमें से पानी निकाले हुए क्या करोगे? Oh, OH और हाइड्रोजन. ठीक है, तीन मिल रहे हैं. Okay, great. You can form a sense of what is happening right away. You can form a sense of what's happening right away. Yeah. Educational भाई साहब एक से ज्यादा सही हो सकते हैं, थोड़ा ध्यान से करो. A incorrect है. हाँ, good job. B is correct. Okay. Let's see. Let us see B में क्या होता है. हाँ, B तो मुझे भी सही लग रहा है because I have just told you कि this is a tertiary alcohol. ये तो बस बिना सवाल सॉल्व किए ये हो गया. बट एक प्रॉब्लम ये है, देयर इज नो जिंक हियर. सो लुकास टेस्ट में जिंक नहीं होता है. जिंक का क्या हुआ? जिंक नहीं है क्या? जिंक होना चाहिए ना श्लोक. जिंक के बिना काम चल जाएगा, सोचना पड़ेगा. लुकास टेस्ट रिक्वायर्स ZnCl2, नो? देखते हैं, विल सी. Acid catalyzed hydration. First principles. Electrons जाएंगे उधर, electrons गए पॉजिटिव चार्ज, OH आ गया. Not necessarily a positive charge, but ठीक है, cool. But basically more substituted में OH आएगा. ठीक है. Hence this is not the answer. What you would get is this guy. ये बनेगा वहां पे. ठीक है. Hence this is wrong. No Lucas is required. You mean what? No, zinc is not required. Education समझा नहीं आपकी बात में, फिर से बोलिए जरा. ठीक है. Grignard reagent, literally every test that I have solved so far, at least एक सवाल Grignard reagent का होता है. ठीक है. And that's a simple acid-based reaction like all organic ones, but this is a lot more obvious than बाकी चीजें, right? The only difference is that यहाँ पे मतलब normally क्या होता है कि H+ पे अटैक होता है, other inorganic chemistry. Inorganic में the attack is normally on a carbon that's kind of positively charged, ketones में especially aldehyde ketones. So here CH3 goes here, यहाँ पे hydrogen आ जाता है, so you get a tertiary alcohol which I've already spoken of. ठीक है. So I'm going to mark this correct, although देयर इज नो जिंक, राइट? सो इसीलिए मुझे लगता है कि ठीक है, बी को मार्क कर देते हैं, बट स्ट्रिक्टली उनको जिंक के बारे में बात करनी चाहिए थी वहां पे। ठीक है। डिहाइड्रेशन ऑफ कंपाउंड W गिव्स मिक्सचर ऑफ XYZ इन इक्वल क्वांटिटी। इक्वल क्वांटिटी, हाँ श्लोक, सी इज इनकरेक्ट, बिल्कुल सही पकड़ा। देखो ये W तो बन गया, और मैंने पानी जब निकाला तो मुझे 3 कंपाउंड मिलेंगे फॉर श्योर। 3 कैसे मिलेंगे? देखो, लेट मी ड्रॉ ऑल द हाइड्रोजन्स। या OH के बगल में जो भी कार्बन है उन पे हम लोग हाइड्रोजन ड्रॉ करते हैं अगर है तो। ऑल ऑफ देम हैव हाइड्रोजन, अल्फा बोलते हैं ना, अल्फा हाइड्रोजन सब जगह है। इधर एक हाइड्रोजन है, इधर है, और इधर भी है। ठीक है, तीनों जगह है, तो तीनों निकल सकते हैं। ऑल ऑफ दीज 3 कैन गो, बट दिस गोइंग अवे इज द मोस्ट लाइकली। मोस्ट लाइकली मतलब मेजर प्रोडक्ट वही होगा, है ना? मेजर प्रोडक्ट होगा यहां वाला निकलना। व्हाट डू आई मीन? दिस अकॉर्डिंग टू मी शुड बी द मेजर प्रोडक्ट। ओके, दिस राइट हियर। बाकी भी बनेगा फॉर श्योर, सो यू गेट एक्स वाई एंड जेड, सो इक्वल क्वांटिटी तो नहीं होगा। ठीक है। दिस लास्ट पॉइंट इज इंटरेस्टिंग। द लास्ट पॉइंट इज इंटरेस्टिंग। लास्ट पॉइंट बोल रहा है कि हाइड्रोजनेशन ऑफ द मिक्सचर ऑफ दीज थिंग्स एंड गिव्स अ सिंगल कंपाउंड, व्हिच इट शुड। आई डोंट नो व्हाई इन लोगों ने आंसर की में गलत दिया है। मेरे हिसाब से डी भी सही होना चाहिए, राइट? Why would it not be D? I could not see any other reason for this to happen. I mean, if you want a proper diagram यहाँ बना हुआ है, देख लेना तुम लोग। I'll give you these notes, you know where to find them and all that. तो मेरे हिसाब से this should be correct as well, because अगर हाइड्रोजनेशन हुआ तो I've got these 3 compounds, हाइड्रोजन डाल दिया तो भाई this goes away, this goes away, this goes away. It's the same compound. It's the same compound. But in the answer की ये नहीं दिया था even after revision and all of that. So I feel ज्यादा बनेगा। या यू आर राइट श्लोक, आई एग्री विद यू। जो द वन विद द डबल बॉन्ड ऑन दिस इज द मेजर प्रोडक्ट। Oh, sorry. Did I write this one? My bad. Sorry. Yeah, you're right, श्लोक। एक टेट्रा सब्स्टिट्यूट एल्कीन, एक डाई और एक ट्राई, सिंस टेट्रा मोर स्टेबल, वो ज्यादा बनेगा। यस श्लोक, सॉरी अबाउट दैट। मैंने बहुत कॉन्फिडेंटली ये वाला बोल दिया। दिस इज मोर बिकॉज देयर आर नो हाइड्रोजन ओवर हियर, दिस मोर सब्स्टिट्यूटेड, मोस्ट सब्स्टिट्यूटेड, सॉरी। So this is the right one. Let me correct that in the previous ones also. I have written the major here, but while explaining, I think मैंने गलती से इसको मार्क कर दिया था। You're right. This is the major product because most substituted यही है। Yeah, I'll correct that जहाँ पे मैंने गलती से इसको लिखा था। Not this, it's going to be this. That is going to be major. Thank you for pointing out श्लोक। Great to have you. All right, great. Last one, I think it should be correct, but उन लोगों ने आंसर की में सही नहीं दिया था। Yeah, free ideal, absolutely. Cool, great. Whoa. Okay, this is from NCERT, but this is hard, bro. Like, this is directly from NCERT, word to word, but इतनी NCERT किसने पढ़ी होगी? श्लोक, I'm looking at you. Anybody else है जो NCERT बहुत पढ़ता है? किंग साहब, क्या हुआ? एलिमिनेटर साहब, आप भी बताइए। Exceptions, chemistry is all about exceptions. Here you go. सारे exceptions एक सवाल में of amines. पढ़ के देखो थोड़ा। बेसिसिटी की बात हो रही है, ठीक है? What is basicity? Basicity is वही जो इलेक्ट्रॉन है ना, अमोनिया के नाइट्रोजन कंपाउंड्स के हिसाब से बेसिसिटी इज अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ गिविंग दोज इलेक्ट्रॉन्स दैट नाइट्रोजन हैज इजीली। दिस में सीम कंफ्यूजिंग। एक्वस सॉल्यूशन में बात हो रही है, अगर आप गैसियस स्टेट में बात करते इट वुड बी डिफरेंट, ठीक है? विच इज अनोइंग बट दैट्स हाउ इट इज। ओके, again solvent stabilization of conjugate acid of NH in aqueous solution is more than that of conjugate acid of, these two statements seem related to me, don't you think so? अगर ये ट्रू है, solvent statement of conjugate acid of this, what is the conjugate acid of this? acid मतलब कि इससे आप इलेक्ट्रॉन्स निकाल दो तो बन गया एसिड। ये भी बेस है, बेस इलेक्ट्रॉन निकाल दो तो बन गया एसिड, है ना? सो बेसिकली CH3 2 NH2 प्लस versus CH3 NH3 plus, ठीक है? सॉल्वेंट स्टेबलाइजेशन इसकी ज्यादा इज कंपेयर टू दिस। इफ दिस हैपेंस देन दिस विल बी मोर स्टेबल, करेक्ट? आरंट B and A रिलेटेड? यू हैव रेड, हाँ, कैसे याद होगा? कोई नहीं एलिमिनेटर साहब, कोई नहीं, दे आर रिलेटेड, राइट? ये दोनों रिलेटेड लग रहे हैं। व्हाट डू यू थिंक? अभी जस्ट बाय रीडिंग ऑप्शन, आई डोंट नो सही क्या है, बट दीज लुक लाइक दे रिलेटेड। तो जस्ट बट एक मिनट है, उल्टा लग रहा है मुझे, रुको। Solvent stabilization of conjugate acid in aqueous solution is more than that. ओहो, ओके, देखना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? अगर स्टेबलाइजेशन ज्यादा है, ओके, we'll look at this one. Let's see. The order of basic strength of ethyl substituted amines in aqueous solution is समथिंग एल्स. बेसिक स्ट्रेंथ, इसका देखो ऑर्डर फिर से अलग हो गया है. व्हाट वी डू हियर मैन? What do you do here? Yeah, absolutely fine, man. Absolutely fine, Eliminator. I'm really glad you're still sticking around here. इतने लंबा सेशन में हम लोग आराम से बैठ के कर रहे हैं. आप यहाँ पे हैं. Thank you for joining in. बाद में भी देख सकते हैं आराम से. Okay, this is the easiest one to do. This is correct. Yeah, you know why? क्योंकि भाई यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम ये है कि this guy has a partial double bond character, right? Which means electrons are not really free to chill. Unlike, yeah, this is my benzene ring. ठीक है. Electrons are more available, sp3 carbon versus sp2 carbon, etc., etc. This is great. D सही है, ठीक है. What about the others? We'll see that. Second statement लिखा है solvent stabilization of conjugate acid, blah blah blah, is more than that of this. You would think that this is correct, but yeah, here is a problem. Here's the problem. Okay, greater the size of the ion, lesser will be the solvation and less stabilization of the ion. Like, अरे यार, ठीक है. So because of this, yeah. Decreasing order of extent of hydrogen bonding in water and order of stability of ions by solvation. ठीक है, तो B is incorrect. ठीक है. Also, look at this first line that I have highlighted over here. It says very clearly that alkyne will be the stronger bases than ammonia, and this should increase in gaseous phase. अगर ज्यादा आपके पास substituted है, then it's going to be stronger. But the trend is not regular in the aqueous state. कैसे पता चलेगा? See data. There's only one way to do it. या श्लोक, आई नो, वेरी अनोइंग. चारों सही लग रहे हैं. ए तो सही है, बी गलत है, बाकी सही है. यूर राइट श्लोक. ए गलत है, सॉरी वेयर डिड दिस गो? बी गलत है, बाकी सब सही है. ए सी डी है. एग्जैक्टली. ठीक है, यू फिगर इट आउट. ओके यार, यही तो चीज है. ऑर्गेनिक में ऑल्सो आफ्टर पॉइंट वी गो टू वेरी हाई लेवल स्टफ, यू जस्ट हैव टू लुक एट डेटा. दिस वन ऑफ दोस केसेस जहां पे डेटा से तुमको इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दी है, जबरदस्ती मग करनी पड़ेगी. दिस इज रॉन्ग. रेस्ट ऑफ दीज आर करेक्ट. ठीक है. Again, NCERT का direct order है. This is basically you have to mug this statement, this table. When I say mug, I know there's a lot of logic to this. I'm not denying the fact that there's logic. But अगर आप पढ़े भी हो, logic भूल गए हो, then there's no way for you to answer this question. My suggestion to you is अगर आपने पढ़ा है, बहुत अच्छी तरह समझ गए, you understand it properly, then only then answer it. अगर आपने रटने की कोशिश की है, तो ये एक सवाल नहीं हो पाएगा. Because you will definitely mess it up. Okay, if you try to mug it. Yeah, 213. But 213 in aqueous solution. Okay, 213 is in aqueous solution. Gaseous state mein it would be 3, 2, 1. Okay, gaseous. It's written here clearly. यहाँ पे ध्यान से देखिए. I'm spending a lot of time on this one because why not, right? We have all the time in the world. अगर ज्यादा होंगे number of alkyl group, तो gaseous phase में that will be a stronger base. Okay. Also, it's not just this thing, but you also have solvation with water molecules. अगर size बड़ा होगा तो कम हो जाएगा solvation, and hence the order becomes a little bit weird. All right, cool. इसलिए B is incorrect. Let's go to the next question. Fun. ये वाला तो already explained to you, right? Lone pairs involve residence, so cyclohexanamine will be more basic. I already told you that was the easy one. Last couple of questions. जागते रहो. What time is it? Close to 10? कर देंगे, जल्दी कर लेंगे. The linear, this is a nice question. Again, testing the basics, huh? The linear combination of atomic orbitals used to forming molecular orbitals employs atomic orbitals located on different atoms. हाँ, ये तो सही लग रहा है. ये तो सही लग रहा है. Exactly, slope मुझे भी ये लग रहा है. Why is A correct? देखो, if I have, say, just take a hydrogen atom, 2 hydrogen atoms, ठीक है, एक इलेक्ट्रॉन, ऊपर नीचे. नहीं, ये तो हीलियम हो गया ना. ठीक है, हीलियम ले लो. ठीक है, एक ऊपर एक नीचे हो गया. That's it. अलग अलग एटम्स के साथ में आ रहे हैं. ठीक है, ऊपर वाला हो गया एंटी बॉन्डिंग मॉलिक्यूलर ऑर्बिटल, नीचे वाला हो गया बॉन्डिंग मॉलिक्यूलर ऑर्बिटल बिकॉज लोअर एनर्जी और ऑल दैट. Hybridization uses linear combination of atomic orbitals located on the same atom. Yeah, absolutely. ये भी सही लग रहा है, B भी सही लग रहा है. These are all carbon. Say simple example, right? Carbon का क्या होता है? Base state is 2s2, 2p2. Then excited state is this. So sp3 बन सकता है, sp2 भी बन सकता है, but one example is sp3 बन सकता है. Same atom की बात हो रही है. ठीक है, cool. Then the last two. एलिमिनेटर हैज फनी डिमांड्स। एलिमिनेटर आ जाओ डिस्कॉर्ड पे, इतने सवाल सॉल्व करने करो टेलीग्राम डिस्कॉर्ड पे। यस, टू एटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल्स विद वेव फंक्शंस कंबाइन टू गिव टू मॉलिक्यूलर ऑर्बिटल्स, जो उनके वेव फंक्शंस के सम और डिफरेंस। बाद में क्या हो, कट गया क्या कमेंट? बट या यू आर राइट, श्लोक बिल्कुल सही ट्रैक पे जा रहे थे। यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट कॉम्प्लेक्स वेव फंक्शंस, राइट? कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर्स हैं इन्वॉल्व। देयर इज कंस्ट्रक्टिव एंड डिस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस। कंस्ट्रक्टिव इंटरफेरेंस से बनते हैं नोड्स, डिस्ट्रक्टिव से बनते हैं, सॉरी, कंस्ट्रक्टिव से बनते हैं एम्पलीफाइड एंड डिस्ट्रक्टिव बनते हैं नोड्स, and you get bonding and anti-bonding also according to those things. Yes, in and out of phase, exactly. हाँ, एजुकेशनल कोई डाउट ही नहीं है, ऑर्गेनिक कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है, हाँ जनरली वैसा ही होता है। इनऑर्गेनिक इज जनरली इजियर टू डू। एंटी नोड्स, हाँ, that was the word I was looking for, nodes and anti nodes. Yes, let's look at this. The px orbital of an atom q and py orbital of another atom r can overlap to form a covalent bond between q and r. Now this looks a little shady to me, and ये इनफैक्ट एनसीईआरटी में डायग्राम दिया हुआ, आई थिंक px, अगर इसको py ले लिया, इसको px ले लिया, these are not going to combine. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So 2py can combine or 2px can combine. अगर 2py combine हुए, then it will look like this, right? Or it could also go up and down, down and down. Basically sigma और pi bond मैंने बना के दिखा दिया है, right? It's also possible for px to combine like this. मेरे सर के पीछे जो यहाँ पे, right? That's also possible. px है क्या? हाँ, ये px है, right? This is a pi bond for px. This is a sigma bond for px. That's what this is, right? So, but px और py नहीं combine कर सकते. That's wrong. Maximum number of pi bonds that can be formed from p orbitals between two atoms q and r is 2. Yeah, absolutely. Take the example of just nitrogen, right? 2 bonds, 2 pi bonds. Or even carbon. 2 pi bonds. This is simple. A, B, and D, right? Take real examples. Life is easier. If you want to look at this sort of a thing, पहला bond sigma bond होगा, whatever axis. I take x axis to have that. If I say this is, और pz बोलते हैं ना, pz ले लो इसको. So this is px, this is py, and these are all pi bonds. Both of these are pi bonds. ठीक है ना? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely slow. आखिरी सवाल, हाँ, मेमोरीज, यही है ग्राफ का सवाल, यही वाला करना चाहते थे, सही सही टाइम पे आया मेमोरीज आप, यही ग्राफ का सवाल की बात कर रहे थे ना। आई डोंट थिंक कोई और ग्राफ का सवाल था, यही एक सवाल है। प्रेशर वर्सेस डेंसिटी ग्राफ है, सीम्स कॉम्प्लिकेटेड बट इट्स रियली नॉट, ओके, बिकॉज व्हाट इज डेंसिटी? डेंसिटी इज 1 by वॉल्यूम. That's all it is, right? So you're basically plotting P versus 1 by V. That's all you have to figure out. उसके अलावा ठीक है, कुछ चीजें दी गई हैं. You have to identify कि which of these graphs matches this process. दोनों process कौन सा match करता है. Now it looks to me that either one of these two has to be correct. One of them is wrong. You see that right away? Why? Because bro, you're plotting temperature versus density. How can you have two graphs for the same process? That's not possible. All right. We'll look at which one is wrong. वो बाद में करेंगे. One of these is imposter. कैसे figure out करेंगे? पहले देखते हैं यहाँ पे हो क्या रहा है. This right here is volume being constant. मतलब delta V equal to 0 is this. This right here is delta P equal to 0. What about this? Can we figure out something about this? Yes, we can. How do we figure out something about this? Pressure is dRT by M. और ठीक है, अगर ये याद नहीं है तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. P equal to PV equal to nRT लिख लो. ठीक है, cool, right? N as what is N? Mass by molar mass, है ना? ठीक है. Then you write P equal to M by M into V into RT on top. Then you can write P equal to D RT by M. हो गया derivation, एक 10 सेकंड में हो गया, right? This is why I'm saying you are essentially plotting P versus 1 by V is the same as P versus density. ठीक है. Also, this is delta T is 0 because temperature is constant. That's why you get a straight line. You have fixed temperature. So, okay. This is cool, isn't it? Eliminator. Thank you for reminding me. श्लोक बोल रहा है A, योगेश बोल रहा है A. बाकी कौन से हुए? Eliminator भाई साहब, अगर मेरी भाषा समझ में नहीं आए, ग्राफ से तो समझ में आ रहा है ना कि YZ में डेल्टा V 0, XZ में डेल्टा P 0 और XY में डेल्टा T 0, क्योंकि टेम्परेचर कांस्टेंट है. देखो सारी इक्वेशन वहां लिखी हुई है, यहां से ऊपर नीचे सब जगह राउंड राउंड सब जगह लिखा हुआ है ना? ठीक है, सी भी सही है, ए भी सही है, बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने, बिल्कुल सही पकड़ा। कैसे? अब देखते हैं, लेट अस अप्लाई ऑल ऑफ दीस थिंग्स। लेट अस लुक एट टेम्परेचर फर्स्ट। टेम्परेचर सब में सही है, टेम्परेचर इक्वल टू 0 इज करेक्ट इन ऑल ऑफ देम, सब में सही है, बढ़िया। वॉल्यूम देखते हैं, दिस ऑल्सो अनोइंग, वॉल्यूम इक्वल टू 0 ऑल्सो इज सही इन ऑल ऑफ देम, है ना? delta v is equal to 0. How do I know delta v is equal to 0 here? See, when I plot a t versus p diagram, t versus p अगर मैं diagram plot करूं तो क्या हो जाएगा? I have pv equal to nRT. So if I do p versus t, then yeah, volume constant means that v by r, right? This slope is r by v by r, whatever. It's a constant thing, just like this. It is similar to this. तो ये भी सही है। अब क्या करें? लगता है our identifier is going to be the third thing, which is the temperature. Temperature is what is going to be the identifier here. Temperature नहीं, क्या बोल रहे हैं? Pressure. Pressure होगा हमारा identifier, या है ना? एलिमिनेटर समझ में आ रहा है? सब गुड? प्रेशर बाकी रहा, ठीक है, सभी सही लग रहे हैं, बट नहीं, these two cannot be correct. So one of these two is wrong. These two look like they're correct. Let's see इस दोनों में गलत कौन सा होगा? प्रेशर कांस्टेंट कहां है? किस which of these? Okay, when you plot temperature versus density, basically 1 by v. Oh, not v, huh? So ideally you want to plot t versus v will be a straight line graph, right? But if you plot t versus 1 by v, it is the same as plotting p versus v, है ना? Which means कि it's going to be an asymptotic curve. So यहाँ पे asymptote है, hence this must be the answer. Technically I know it's not an asymptote, but it should be asymptotic, right? Hence this is correct and ये वाला गलत है, sorry. वो वाला करेक्ट है, दूर वाला करेक्ट है, पॉइंटिंग राइट डायरेक्शन वेक्टर, या दूर वाला करेक्ट है, ये वाला गलत है, ठीक है? कूल। मेमोरीज यार, अभी तो मुश्किल लग रहा है सेशन 2 करना, तो पहले बताए होते तो कर लेते, क्योंकि मैंने तो पूरे महीने का प्लान बना लिया है और उसमें सेशन 2 के चांसेस कम लग रहे हैं। एक बात बताओ, व्हाट वुड यू लाइक मी टू डू इंस्टेड? अच्छा, 21 का सेशन 2 करने बोलो, 21 का सेशन 2, अच्छा 21 का भी यार शायद ये लोग सेशन 1 बना चुके हैं, ठीक है, आई विल सी डूड, आई विल ट्राई माय बेस्ट, देखता हूं। खैर, दिस इज द आंसर, या, एंड दिस इज ऑफ। बट टफ क्यों करना है मेमोरीज? अब तो आसान कर रहे हैं मेमोरीज। एक बात बताऊं, जबरदस्ती मुश्किल चीज करने की जरूरत भी नहीं है। आई फील ऑल एग्जाम्स आर गेटिंग इजियर। अब अगर एडवांस्ड हैज कम टू अ स्टेट, एडवांस का जो है रैंक्स बहुत ज्यादा हाई स्कोर पे ही रैंक्स आ रही थी, लोग अलग शब्द यूज करते हैं, आई एम नॉट गोना से रैंक न्यूट्रिशन ऑल दैट क्रैप, बट बेसिकली यार कि ऑल एग्जाम्स आर गेटिंग इजियर। आई थिंक नेक्स्ट आल्सो विल बिकम इजियर बिकॉज ऑफ 2 रीजंस। नेक्स्ट के बारे में देखो, 2 चीजें, एक तो पैटर्न एग्जाम का बदल गया है, नाउ यू डोंट हैव मोर देन 1 करेक्ट, व्हिच इज ऑसम। अगर एक से ज्यादा सही नहीं है, दैट ऑटोमेटिकली मेक्स इट वेरी इजी, राइट? वेरी इजी, बहुत फर्क पड़ जाता है। ऑल्सो रैशनलाइज सिलेबस, ये देखो, तो आई थिंक इट्स गोइंग टू बी इजी। क्यों जबरदस्ती, क्यों मुश्किल चीज सॉल्व करोगे, है ना? अरे फेल नहीं हुए मेमोरी, यू डिडंट क्लियर इट। फेल होने की बात थोड़ी ना होती है, तुम प्रोसेस से ट्राई कर रहे हो, हुआ तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं हुआ नहीं हुआ। ये शब्द फेल ना लोग थोड़ा ज्यादा ही भारी यूज करते हैं, डजंट मैटर, कुछ फेल वेल नहीं होता है, इट्स ऑल लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंसेस। आई एम नॉट सेइंग दिस जस्ट एज गिविंग ज्ञान, मैं बता रहा हूँ सीरियसली तुमको लाइफ कैसे जीनी चाहिए। रिग्रेट का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं होता, यू ट्राई, हो गया तो नहीं हुआ तो भाई आगे बढ़ेंगे, विल डू अदर थिंग्स। खैर, एनीवे, ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर नेक्स्ट, दैट राइम्स, एंड इफ यू लाइक दिस वीडियो, शेयर दिस विद योर फ्रेंड्स, एंड यू नो व्हाट टू डू, download the Aakash BYJU'S app if you want to find some crazy content with really the best animations out there for sure. If you want to check out more of my content, you can find me at I Teach Chem on Telegram and Discord, and pinned comment में है मेरे sessions. Alright, thank you everybody. Good night. मिलते हैं कल क्या करने वाला आपके साथ? Tomorrow I'm going to be doing atomic structure का last session and also electrochemistry. Also मैं generally सोच रहा हूँ, and if there are any 25 or 26 के students here, I think I'll start doing more question solving sessions because I know you have enough resources पढ़ाई करने के लिए, ऐप है, ये है, हजार चीजें, but question ठीक से solve करने वाला आपको नहीं मिलता है. This is what I've found. So I've been running a Discord server for a couple of months. I've been on Discord for about a year and a half now, and उससे मुझे यही समझ में आता है कि आप लोगों के doubts बहुत होते हैं, आप नहीं clear कर पाते हो. So we'll do questions, उसके through theory करेंगे. Is the idea I'm thinking right now. If you have any other feedback, let me know in the comments what you think, what you would like me to do. But मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है this is the direction I want to take. So you let me know. Also, I figured out how to show you guys the Aakash app directly. The Aakash app over here. And it has some crazy practice problems. So I'm also going to do that. We'll do a screen share and we'll try and solve all the questions directly. So मजा आएगा. ठीक है? चलो, ठीक है, मिलते रहेंगे. Yeah, the main thing is कि nobody on the internet has solved NEST के paper so far for 2022. 23 का भी नहीं थे. मैंने किए because मुझे लगा बहुत कम लोग देखेंगे. But how does it matter? Nobody has solved it. आप लोगों को जरूरत है, आपका टेस्ट होता है तो करेंगे, करते हैं. चलो, see you all. Bye, was awesome as always. Next week on Monday we will do 21 के PYQs. ठीक है? All right. Bye. Good night. Have an awesome one. Tata.